Today I'm out in the shop and I'm going to unbox the RYOBI 10-inch drill press with EXACTLINE laser alignment system. I'm going to unbox it, assemble it, and then do a quick review. Now I got my drill press at Home Depot. It's normally $179 at the time of creating this video. I got it on sale for 10% off at $161.10. That may not be the best price when you get ready to buy, so be sure to shop around. I'll put a link to an Amazon page for this drill press in this video's description. Although I'm taking a look at this drill press today at Stiles Automotive. I do general automotive work, modifications, and tips. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the other videos and subscribe. Earlier I gave you a real quick look at the outside of the box. So as I'm pulling things out of the box, let me read the outside of the box to you on this RYOBI 10-inch drill press. The first item is built-in lasers provide precise prediction of drilling location, integrated LED work light for optimal visibility, tilting cast iron tilts tool free from 0 to 45 degrees, half-inch all-metal keyed chuck, 570 to 3,100 RPM variable speed, induction motor, cast iron base, adjustable depth stop, rack and pinion table adjustment. Specifications listed down lower on the box. The quill travel is 2 inches. Chuck capacity is ½ inch. The motor is 6.2 amps, 60 hertz, 120 volt. And again, the table tilt is 0 to 45 degrees. I had to search to find it in the fine print, but on this model DP103L drill press, it was made in China. Other specifications not listed on the outside of the box include the RYOBI tabletop 10-inch drill press features a 1/4 horsepower 6.2 amp 120 volt induction motor offering 5 speed settings via the belt and pulley drive, supplying 620 to 3,100 no-load RPM. A depth stop ensures the drill bit descends to a preset level. The work table swivels 360 degrees and tilts up to 45 degrees. It's outfitted with an LED light to illuminate the work area and features the EXACTLINE laser alignment system. The drill press is backed by the RYOBI 3-year manufacturer's warranty. The operator's manual is about what you would expect. It's written in 3 languages, has safety information in the front, contains a glossary of terms, then it has the assembly instructions in the front, but it's illustrated in the back, which is rather inconvenient. Assembly isn't overly complex, however, so it goes quite easily. I'll run through the assembly for you. And of course, it includes information on how to operate the drill press. I flip to the back of the book here on page 16 is where they start the illustrations, which are very nice, but it'd be nice if they were included up in the text for the assembly instructions. But it's kind of dual purpose, I suppose. It's kind of a parts list and operation instructions in addition to the assembly instructions. This is a quick look at the illustrated assembly instructions. You also see me actually assembling the drill press, so I'll just give you a brief look at these. Use the three 13mm head size bolts to start the assembly. The steps are not numbered and the sub steps are in a bulletized format, so I actually missed this first step. You can see that I installed the table assembly first, but I went back and recut this video for your benefit. So the first step is attach the column assembly to the base, and then the first sub step is place the base on a flat surface, align the screw holes in the column assembly with the screw holes in the base, and then place a hex bolt in each hole and tighten using the adjustable wrench. The second step is install the table assembly, and the first sub step, loosen the set screw in the column collar, remove the column collar and gear track from the column and set aside. Then the second sub step is clean the spindle with the greaser before installing the chuck into the head. I actually do this later when I install the chuck. The next step is locate the worm gear and feed the D shaft through the hole in the table assembly. Install the table adjustment handle over the end of the D shaft so that the flat side of the shaft aligns with the set screw. Tighten the set screw using the hex key. Feed the gear rack through the slot in the table assembly so that the teeth are facing out and the longer smooth faces up. The worm gear should engage the gear rack. Using both hands, slide the entire table assembly and gear rack onto the column until the bottom of the gear rack is positioned in the base, collar, and against the column. Slide the column collar bevel side down over the column until the bevel side engages the bevel end of the gear rack. Tighten the set screw in the collar using the hex key, not over tighten. You should be able to move the table from side to side. Locate the table lock handle, insert it into the thread hole at the rear of the table assembly, and tighten by hand. The next step is install the chuck, head assembly, and feed handles. Place the head assembly upside down on a level, flat surface. And I recommend using a rug or a towel like I'm doing in the video. Then I go back to the previous step where they tell you to clean the spindle with the greaser before installing the chuck onto the head. I just spray a little parts cleaner onto a paper towel and then clean the spindle. You could also apply a little lacquer thinner onto a rag and wipe it off. You just want to ensure you got a good tight beveled fit. Position the chuck on the spindle. Chuck should be fully open to avoid damaging the jaws. Using a piece of scrap wood to protect the chuck, firmly tap the chuck into place using a mallet or hammer. Position the head assembly onto the column with the chuck positioned over the table. Note, this head assembly is heavy. Get help when needed. Yeah, that note should have been at the start of this step. Anyway, slide the head assembly down as far as it will go. Align the table assembly with the base and then tighten the two head set screws with the hex key. I'm going to do this with the head assembly still on the table and not invert it like it's telling you to. I just have to make sure that column is all the way seated because I don't have the weight of the head assembly to help me force them together. Attach the 3 feed handles by screwing them into the threaded holes in the hub. The handles have a flat spot so you can tighten them up with a crescent wrench. The next step is mounting the drill press. They recommend that you mount the drill press either to a bench or to a board that you can clamp to a bench. I'm not going to go through that procedure. You can read those instructions yourself. It's pretty simple. Just drill holes in your bench and use bolts and mount it to your bench. And then the last step before getting into the operation is check and adjust the laser alignment. And it says to reference figure 13, page 19. I'm not going to do that either. I checked mine and it looks good. But just to cover the steps quick for your benefit, mark an X on a piece of scrap wood, insert a small drill bit into the chuck, and align its tip to the intersection of the lines of your X. Secure the board to the table. Turn on the laser and verify the laser lines align with the X on your workpiece. If the laser lines do not align, loosen the set screws on each of the laser housings with a hex key and rotate the laser adjustment knobs until the lines meet in the center of your X. Retighten the set screws to secure. Here's a quick look at the pulleys and the drilling speed chart. Okay, to do a quick review, overall I'm very happy with this little drill press. The fit and finish are very good. I do have a few exceptions that I don't like, but I do like the laser alignment system. I really like that. That's really nice on a low-cost drill press like this. I like the LED light for sure. The handles and the action of moving the chuck up and down is very good. Seems very smooth. Seems okay for a brand new drill press. The weight of the table and the base of cast iron and the mechanism for moving the table up and down seem very good. Very happy with that. The motor seems okay. It's hard to tell without using it for a couple of years. I'm just giving you an initial impression here, so I think the motor's going to be fine. We'll see over time. Here's a look at the lasers and the laser alignment system. They look pretty bright. I don't know about if they was in direct sunlight, if they'd be bright enough, but in my shop, I think they're going to be plenty bright enough. I like them. The switches seem very good. The 2 little rocker switches for the LED light and then the laser are fine. They're, seem like standard industry little switches, and the main switch seems very good. Although, you know, if I plan this space on my bench, I'll probably install a 120 volt switch and then an outlet, so it's a switched outlet to power this, and that would become my main on-off switch instead of using the main switch on the drill press. And this key has a little spring loaded to assist in pushing it away from the chuck. Interesting. Looks like it does have a holder for the chuck key over on the right side. On the handle side, it looks like it's got a spring-loaded little adjustment here so that you can adjust belt tension. So it pushes the motor to automatically adjust the belt. It's kind of nice. Okay, a couple things I worry about. You know, why couldn't they have spent just a few dollars more and used cheap cast iron pulleys instead of the plastic pulleys? What are the advantages of the plastic pulleys? I'm not sure, besides low cost, but they don't seem to be very robust at all. And the mechanism to put tension on the belts to push the motor away, that spring seems kind of light. At first I kind of liked it, that, you know, the position of the set screw with the thumb knob on the outside seemed really good, but it doesn't seem like there's enough tension there. I could be wrong, there might be plenty, but it just seems like that might be nice to have an adjustable spring tension or something there. Those are the two issues that I see at this time. But overall, again, I'm very happy with the little drill press, and it's a great price. I bought this little drill press because I really wanted a little milling machine, but the reviews I read on the cheap ones are that they're cheap, and the more expensive ones are a little out of my price range at this time. So I plan on doing some light aluminum milling with it. I know that's not what this is designed for, but hopefully I can get away with it and not damage my bearings on this little guy. But I also bought a milling working table, or a drilling slide table for a bench drill, to give me a little more precise locating when I'm trying to drill, so I can clamp the workpiece in this slide table and then adjust where my center of my hole is going to be, plus use it for this light milling operation that I want to do in aluminum. And once I get that, I'll do a quick look at that and a review on that if I like it. I'm not going to do any kind of a review on components or parts that I don't like. Now that concludes the video. If you found it helpful, let me know in the comments, and please subscribe. I look forward to your comments.